Hey everyone, and welcome back to Storytime with JRP. We're continuing our book, Laurence Grey, Secret of the Lost Roanoke Colony, and we're currently in chapter 31. So if you're just joining us, head back to chapter 1 so you don't miss any crucial details. So, a brief recap of where we are so far in chapter 30. Laurence Grey is in 1673 with his ancestor, Ben Folger, and he ran into the unexpected older version of his son, Jason. Jason was just explaining his version of events and that they broke in to Area 51 to find a time machine. He found one and went back in time and found Mr. Folger, where Grey is now. But then he remained trapped in 1673 because some strange man stole his time machine, which looked strangely like Phil Sheldon. So we're going to pick up now in the continuing of that story in chapter 31, titled It's All My Fault Part 2. Okay, let me get this straight, began Laurence Grey, who was sitting in a cottage with Peter Folger in 1673 while talking to Grey's son from an alternate reality. You're saying that these past 2 years are all your fault? Can you summarize what you just said to me? Because I really don't get it. Jason looked downcast. If I hadn't been so interested in Roanoke, I wouldn't have gone back in time, and the time machine wouldn't have been stolen. Oh, that's right, responded Grey. You said the guy who stole the time machine looked kind of like General Sheldon? Do you happen to have a picture? Jason nodded. Actually, yes. I took one with my iHollow 16. Grey sputtered. The iHollow what? Jason smiled. I'm from the future, Dad. Remember? That's the kind of phones they have now. Grey grimaced. And I thought 2014 phones were advanced. Jason laughed. Okay, look, let's get back to my story. Yes, he looked just like yours, Sheldon. Here's a picture. Jason's iHollow 16 beholded a holographic image of what really did look like a young version of Sheldon. This version was thinner, sporting a mustache, and wearing peasant 1600s clothes. Yep, that's him, confirmed Grey. He looks about 20 years old there, and now he's about 50 in my time. Jason's eyes widened. All the pieces are falling into place. You mentioned that Sheldon said the USB, which contained the alien website, was put on the internet by someone sometime in the 80s. That someone was probably none other than Sheldon himself. Grey was astonished. Of course, I knew he had a weird accent. Peter Folger spoke up. It says on the criminal list that his real name is Peter Swanson. I'm sorry, I meant to say Philip Swanson. Jason snapped his fingers. That's just one more confirmation. No one has that last name anymore. Grey nodded. Okay, so we're definitely confirmed that it's Sheldon. But why would he put a Descendants Access Only website on the internet? Why would he steal the USB at all? And what did you mean by that he was a criminal set to be locked in Roanoke? Folger stepped in. That's where I come in. We couldn't just give innocent people to the aliens, but the aliens demanded people in their experiment. So we gathered all of our colony's criminals and locked them up in Roanoke, while the good townsfolk were moved to a different colony. Doo-doo. And that's it for chapter 32, guys. Wow, that is just probably the biggest bombshell ever. Phil Sheldon is from 1673 and took a time machine he stole from an alternate reality Jason to get to the present. What does that mean for Grey? What is Sheldon's true motives? Does he truly want to get back to his own time period when he could just easily go back with a time machine? Surely there's something else there. Well, you'll have to find out tomorrow, guys. All right? I'll see you then.